Oh yeah. The city air is heavy with demands I couldn't meet. I left my posture perfect on the curb outside the street. Tried to smooth the static in my voice, tried to hide the fray. The 9 to 5 is how I act, and I was losing my footing today. I carry the weight of a borrowed suit and a smile that had expired, and I knew the moment I turned the key that performance wasn't required. No need for the armor, I can feel it fall away the minute your hand finds my neck, chasing the tension away. Outside the pressure cooks, but in this orbit, darling, the atmosphere is quiet, the air is finally warming. You're the only place I can dismantle and let the jagged edges show. You don't need the shine, just the truth of the texture. A little broken, moving slow. This is where the walls come down to whisper. You catch the pieces before they hit the floor. You see the cracked porcelain, you see the velvet lining. Baby, this is 74 degrees, and I don't need to be polished anymore. I walked in dragging 1,000 petty failures and some doubt, the kind of nagging fears that I can never seem to root out. I show the world my edited highlight reel, my curated calm, but you know the panic I hide under high collarbones, sheltered from the harm. There's a small anxious child tucked in the corner of my mind, and he only lets his guard down when your patience I find. You don't rush to fix it, you just lay the gentle hand, a quiet understanding that I don't always have a master plan. I take the deepest breath now, feel the oxygen ignite, the residue of yesterday burning off in your light. Outside the pressure cooks, but in this orbit, darling, the atmosphere is quiet, the air is finally warming. You're the only place I can dismantle and let the jagged edges show. You don't need the shine, just the truth of the texture. A little broken, moving slow. This is where the walls come down to whisper. You catch the pieces before they hit the floor. You see the cracked porcelain, you see the velvet lining. Baby, this is 74 degrees, and I don't need to be polished anymore. Every other mirror requires me to stand up straight, to minimize the shadow, to manipulate my fate. But you're trading vulnerability, you specialize in grace. You make room for the messy parts I thought had no place. It's not tolerance, it's affirmation deep within your eyes. The safest shelter I have ever found beneath these skies. Just leave the lights down low, let the imperfections glow. 74 degrees, slow tempo, I'm finally home. You catch the pieces, yeah. 74 degrees, I don't need to be polished anymore. Fade out. I spent the last decade polishing the surface, making sure the light never served a harsh purpose. Every smile legit, every gesture rehearsed. Tried to make sure my narrative was never dispersed. From the script, the one that says you have to be whole. Tired of trading authenticity for crowd control. It's exhausting carrying the weight of the should be, when all I really needed was for somebody to see me. Foundation gets heavy, baby, the lacquer starts to break. I can feel the tremble, the risk I'm about to take. There's a fault line running right down the middle of my grace, and I can't hold this perfect version in place. But you are the soft focus, sanctuary, the only place where my truth isn't scary. I don't have to hide, shine, I don't need the perfect line. When I fall apart, you just rearrange the pieces into something divine. You love the static on the screen, the parts in between, where the pressure drops and I can't simply be seen. I keep these rough seams folded underneath the silk dress. The anxieties I swallow just to look effortless. There are chapters I regret, I usually edit out the sorrow. But you read those pages and asked me about tomorrow. You look at the dents, the places where I've chipped away, and you tell me that's texture, not something to throw away. You don't try to fix it, you don't try to smooth the tide. You just pull up a chair and let the real me reside. I'm letting the mask go, releasing the desperate grip. I can finally breathe, let the words fall from my lips. There's a freedom rushing right down the middle of my chest, knowing this flawed offering is finally put to the test. And you are the soft focus, sanctuary, the only place where my truth isn't scary. I don't have to hide, shine, I don't need the perfect line. When I fall apart, you just rearrange the pieces into something divine. You love the static on the screen, the parts in between, where the pressure drops and I can't simply be seen. This isn't just intimacy, this is immunity. You built an airspace just for me, away from the scrutiny. You turn the volume down on the critics in my head. You just lay a gentle hand on all the things I thought were dead. You're not demanding perfection, you're just demanding my presence. And that's the purest kind of acceptance. Just breathe out the whole damn breath now. Oh, I can finally breathe now. Yeah, yeah, the soft focus, sanctuary. This is where the quiet finds you. Yeah. Just the truth in you, soft focus. I trace the lines exactly where they fall. In this city, gotta stand up tall. Got a polished veneer pressed and neat, hiding the cracks beneath my feet. The performance starts soon as the dawn breaks, making sure the ground beneath me never shakes. 8 hours spent playing the floor. it, I push away. And I see the light shift, lessons I had to learn, that the armor I wear wasn't built for your concern. You are the unfinished canvas where I finally rest. Every brush stroke messy, you still love me best. No need for filters or the soft focus lens, where my almost said my sins make amends. You hold the soft geometry of my relief, my safe harbor, my necessary peace. Yeah, you love the rough edges you see, the incomplete masterpiece that is me. Oh, I bring my heavy arc, cover mistakes I made, the promises I've broken, the doubts that never fade. And you don't flinch or look away, you just pour a clear glass of yesterday, saying, darling, that's just history's dust. You are more than who you were, I trust. I can shed the skin I wore that felt too tight, and stand naked in this low golden light. And I start to breathe easy now, the weight is away. You show me the beauty that was hidden in the gray, and I see the light shift, lessons you helped me learn, that I don't have to fake the fire just to burn. You are the unfinished canvas where I finally rest. Every brush stroke messy, you still love me best. No need for filters or the soft focus lens, where my almost and my sins make amends. You hold the soft geometry of my relief, my safe harbor, my necessary peace. Yeah, you love the rough edges you see, the incomplete masterpiece that is me. Yeah. You are the lights trying to burn out the shadows I keep, but you built a fire where the shadows can sleep. You don't try to fix the damage, you just adjust the frame. You call my vulnerability by its real beautiful name, and you whisper, stay here, you don't have to win, just stop guarding the space where the healing begins. Every brush stroke messy, you still like the same. So the soft focus lens, where my almost and my sins make amends. You hold the soft geometry of my relief, my safe harbor, my necessary peace. No required perfection here. Oh, no. Only truth, only you holding me near. Just let it breathe, just let it breathe. Nothing's can my sweet, sweet reprieve. No judgment here, just acceptance. Right here with you, my soft geometry. I peel the cellophane off the polished version I wear, the one that moves fluidly under the weight of expectation. It cost me mileage, it cost me years of careful repair, to silence all the questions in my head about filtration. I keep a rigid spine for the daylight operation, But the moment the key turns in the lock, the performance ends. I leave the high gloss packaging on the fire escape ledge. A perfect woman needs no perfect friends, and I don't act to adjust the dimmer switch when you walk in. You're not here to measure the symmetry of my spirit. You see the ragged edges, the thin places where I begin, and you still pull me closer just to hear it. This is where the porcelain stops and the clay begins. You built a sanctuary for the shadows I hide, where I can take inventory of my beautiful sins, and finally know there's nowhere else to run and nowhere left to confide. You love the blueprint, the flaws, the unfinished design. Oh baby, this safe space is absolutely mine. Oh, I came to you weighted down with history. I tried to erase every misplaced word, every clumsy mistake I made before you. But you treated my scars not like evidence, but like edge laced, telling me those quiet moments were actually forming you. I stopped holding my breath, waiting for the critical word, the moment when the contract suddenly expires. Because you saw the worth of the story that had often been blurred, and you didn't ask me to extinguish my own fires. I don't have to look away when I mention the past hurts. I can lay the truth down flat, heavy, and undisturbed. You don't categorize me by the worst of my short skirts. You just hold the door open for the me I discarded. This is where the porcelain stops and the play begins. Yeah. You built the sanctuary for the shadows side, where I can take inventory of my beautiful sin. Yeah. Finally know there's nowhere else to run and nowhere left to confide. You love the blueprint, the flaws, the unfinished design. Oh baby, this safe space is absolutely mine. I used to think acceptance was tolerance wrapped in ribbon, but you don't tolerate the cracks, you call them texture. You don't just handle my baggage, you help me live it. This beautiful, messy truth, there's no other fixture. You are the one constant frequency, the steady soulful drone, the only place I've ever felt completely, safely known. The clay begins, sanctuary for the shadow. You round it for me, yeah. Inventory of my beautiful sin. Yeah, my wonderful sin to confide. You love the blueprint, the flaws, the unfinished design. Oh baby, this safe space is absolutely mine. My safe space. I'm just clay now, baby. Just breathing slow, slow. Don't you ever close this door. My porcelain and clay fade out on smooth groove. city wires, iris focus in the day. My posture's engineered so nothing fragile gives away. I hide the seams where I've been torn, the places where I fall short. A perfect pitch veneer, a carefully curated report. But I know the low light shows the ghost of what I try to be. I'm a photograph of chaos saved in high fidelity. And I thought that finding love meant always showing up restored. But you asked for the unretouched file, you just opened the door. The air gets heavy when I'm standing at the edge, waiting for the judgment, standing on the ledge. But I felt the gravity shift when you took my hand. You didn't try to fix me, you just let me land. This is where the blueprint fails and the architecture's free, where the silence holds the unscripted honest parts of me. My sanctuary coordinates are traced upon your skin. You don't just tolerate my cracks, you let the sunlight in. You said stay messy, stay true, just bring your baseline true. This habit isn't temporary, it's the solid, soulful proof. I came in sharp edges, still unfinished at the core. Like a house built by a skeptic who keeps knocking at the floor. I waited for the moment you revoke the courtesy, when you'd finally weigh the baggage and decide you had to flee. But outside the world static, in the quiet where we meet, you turn down the volume of the noise inside my street. You don't smooth out the texture of the feelings that I keep. You just wrap the broken pieces up in promises you speak. The air gets heavy when I'm standing at the edge, but I trade the insecurity for promises you pledge. And I felt the gravity shift when you took my hand. You didn't try to fix me, you just let me land. This is where the blueprint fails and the architecture's free, where the silence holds the unscripted honest parts of me. My sanctuary coordinates are traced upon your skin. You don't just tolerate my cracks, you let the sunlight in. You said stay messy, stay true, just bring your baseline truth. This harbor isn't temporary, it's the solid, soulful proof. I have finally dismantled the defense I built so high, because you look straight at my flaws and you don't even flinch an eye. You're the foundation that's earthquake proof, the reason I can breathe. I never have to edit what I give or what I need. This isn't just acceptance, baby, this is active love, sent down from some sweet place that only angels speak of. Oh, this is where the blueprint fails and the architecture's free. The silence holds the unscripted honest parts of me. My sanctuary coordinates are traced upon your skin. You don't just tolerate my cracks, let the sunlight in. You said stay messy, stay true, just bring your baseline truth. This harbor isn't temporary, it's the solid, soulful proof. journey to set. I'm perfectly safe here. You saw the real thing, and you never let me forget it. Unedited, unfiltered, my soulful proof. Carry this heavy coat of composure. Preston starts for the viewing hours. Watch my angles in the window pane reflection, making sure the cracks don't show. It's a full-time performance, baby. The choreography of having it all together. I smile wider when the spotlight hits, hoping nobody sees the frayed edge of the sweater. But the moment I turn your key in the lock, the structure melts away. I forget the script. I don't have to keep the tempo steady. I can finally drop the polished clip. Every single muscle in my jaw loosens, and the weight of the day just slips. 'Cause you love the static on the frequency, the torn seam of the blueprint, the chip tile in the floor. You don't try to smooth the edges down or ask me what I'm running from anymore. I am the daylight version here, unfiltered, unfinished, totally clear. You built a space where my faults sound like rhythm, and my imperfection is the only welcome key. Oh. I show you the receipts for all the times I fell short, the conversations I regret having. You look at the history like it's just rain on the pavement, not a lasting stain on my soul. You let me pull down the curtain of success and show you the anxious core beneath it. Other eyes see a trophy on the mantle, but yours see the child who's still afraid to reach it. I can confess the whispers I keep silent, the fears I usually drown in sound. You don't rush to offer me a solution, you just hold the quiet space around. 'Cause you love the static on the frequency, the torn seam of the blueprint, the chip tile in the floor. You don't try to smooth the edges down or ask me what I'm running from anymore. I am the daylight version here, unfiltered, unfinished, totally clear. You built a space where my faults sound like rhythm, and my imperfection is the only welcome key. Most people build high walls against the truth, but you built a soft corner just for my fragility. It's like finding a silent room in the center of the city's loudest, sharpest velocity. You are the only mirror I know that doesn't try to fix the reflection. You just hold the light steady, saying go on, show me your beautiful dereliction. 'Cause you love the static, torn seam of the blueprint, the chip tile in the floor. You don't try to smooth the edges down, don't try to change or ask me just the daylight version, babe. No more hiding in the shade of expectation, just the rhythm of the real me, safe with you. Oh, you cleared me of judgment. I spend my daylight hours laying control, a polished, flawless armor heavy on my soul. Every hairline cracked, meticulously concealed, a perfect curvature, a destiny revealed. I know the choreography of keeping it tight, walking the fine line between the dark and the light. But I leave the city's frantic neon glow behind, and cross your threshold, leave the performance behind. And the first thing I do when I walk through that door is let the perfect version drop to the floor. I'm shedding skins I swore I'd always keep, praying you still see the truth buried deep. You don't ask me to be fixed, you just let me unfold all my messy edges, stories untold. This is the one place where the volume turns down low, and I can watch my vulnerability glow. You look at the fading thread and call it fine line. Yeah, this is my safe, unscripted scene, this space. Oh, I finally breathe here. Sometimes my rhythm gets off tempo, baby. My tempo flares too quick to shake it. I wake up with these ghosts still in my head, and forget all the kind words I should have said out there. That's losing grip, it's a tragic flaw. But here, you just pull me closer, defying the law. You see the tremble in my hand, you don't judge it, you just hold it steady, subtly adjust it. And the fear I carry that I won't measure up slowly empties out of this bitter cup. I'm shedding skins I swore I'd always keep, and I trust your promises, sounding deep. You don't ask me to be factual, just let me unfold all my messy I walk in wearing my best disguise, a tailored smile and rehearsed replies, the kind of armor you can't see under, designed to shield me from the thunder. I've mastered the art of holding my breath, protecting the pieces, afraid of death, of judgment, of critique, of finding out that my truth is louder than my doubt. But standing right here on your threshold line, I feel the tension begin to unwind. It's been months since I let the surface break, and God knows my muscles ache. I was preparing my lullaby just in case you saw the shadows that cling to my face, but your eyes already read the weariness, the weight of perfection, the emptiness. There's no use pretending the foundation's flat. You saw the architecture, knew where the cracks were at. So let me set this heavy briefcase down before I drown. This is where the ceiling's high enough to hold my mess, where the foundation is made of grace and slow caress. You see the ragged edges and call them texture, not broken parts but necessary structure. Yeah. You are the zero filter light, the unedited space, where I can finally let the gravity lift from my face. No need for camouflage, no need for the sound check. I am the raw, untempered version, and you want that. I'll show you the notes I crumpled up and threw away, the harsh mistakes I still regret today, the silent panic that hits at 3 a.m., the history I usually try to condemn. I've got scars that aren't visible to the world outside, deep little valleys where my fears reside. I expected the shock, the quick withdrawal, the moment you realize I could fall, but you just move closer to the vulnerability. You treat my flaws like a quiet discovery, a beautiful secret, not a thing you fix. You love the alchemy of the imperfect mix. My breathing always hitched when you got too close, but you didn't press, you just helped me transpose the key signature from fear into relief, turning the page on a lifetime of disbelief. The shell I carried felt too heavy to wear. Tonight I'm setting down the burden of care. Why, this is where the ceiling's high enough to hold my mess, where the foundation is made of grace and slow caress. You see the ragged edges and call them texture, not broken parts but necessary structure. Yeah. You are the zero filter light, the unedited space, where I can finally let the gravity lift from my face. No need for camouflage, no need for the sound check. I am the raw, untempered version, and you want that. Yeah. Everyone else just wanted the finished manuscript. You saw the crossed out lines, the words I stripped, and you said keep them all, they tell the full account. This quiet comprehension is the highest amount of love I've ever known, the pure distilled kind, where my history isn't something I have to hide behind. You shifted my axis, you're my safe harbor key, the only one who truly unlocked me. Unlocked me, yeah. Just the untempered version, and you want that. just breathing.
I built my shelf from polished stone and heavy tailoring, a stiff starch smile that showed no fraying. Spent years in the light just maintaining the illusion, hiding all the fine print of my deep confusion. Every crooked seam, every place the paint was fading, I tucked it tight beneath the perfect shading. Used to think that grace was only for the flawless, so I kept my hands closed, afraid to feel lawless. But the pressure of that gravity started wearing thin. I finally reached the point where I couldn't hold it in, when the mirror cracked and showed the truth beneath the veneer. I was waiting for the judgment, waiting for the fear, but you just stepped closer, silent and intentional. Told me my imperfection was essential. You are the softest corner in a world built of sharp edges, the only space where I don't have to climb over my own ledges. You don't just tolerate my broken parts, you catalog the art. Every fissure, every scar that left its mark. You see the shadow and you call it texture, not damage. This is the only language I can manage, where I can breathe out all the static and the sound. It's the safest ground that I have ever found. I tried to warn you about the ghosts that walk these hallways, the ones that whisper I'll fall short in countless ways. But you just listen to the whispers like that distant rain, and show me how the pressure only deepened the grain. You found the rhythm in my slight hesitation, the quiet song held in my anticipation. You look at all the places where I feel untethered, and tell me that we'll keep the pieces woven tightly together. There's no need to posture, no disguise to maintain. I feel the heavy armor just dissolve beneath the pouring rain. I used to think acceptance meant forgiveness of my past, but with you acceptance means that this is built to last. You are the softest corner in a world built of sharp edges, the only space where I don't have to climb over my own ledges. You don't just tolerate my broken parts, you catalog the art. Every fissure, every scar that left its mark. You see the shadow and you call it texture, not damage. This is the only language I can manage, where I can breathe out all the static and the sound. It's the safest ground that I have ever found. I spent so long trying to smooth out the timeline, chasing a fictitious perfect finish line, but you showed me the strength is in the yielding, the quiet beauty that the truth is revealing. I didn't know I could be loved for what I lack. I found my straight path when I stopped trying to backtrack. You redefined whole for me, yeah. You broke the mold. You made my weary little story feel like pure gold. You see the texture, baby. You call it grace, you call it home. The softest corner, yeah. I can finally be alone with you and still feel completely seen. Fade out. spend my whole day measuring my words, smoothing out the edges, the things I haven't learned. Every conversation is a carefully crafted script, a smile I wear precisely, right down to the lip. I carry heavy armor just to walk through the light, making sure the cracks don't show, surviving through the night. But the second that the latch gives way and I step inside your room, suddenly the polished floor doesn't matter and the spotlight leaves the gloom. I don't even check the mirror when I hear you call my name. No need to dust the shadows off, no fear of playing your game. For you I had to fix the foundation every time, but here where the tempo drops I realize I'm fine. You found the rhythm in my missing beat. You are the place where broken sounds like complete, a zero resistance zone where the filter melts away. You love the static on the screen, the mistakes I made yesterday. Baby, this is my safe space, my unrehearsed hour where I can be loud or silent and never lose my power. I can show you the anxiety tangled in my throat, the half-finished verses and the messy little note, the history I tried to paint over with a beautiful glaze. You just lean in closer and accept the faded days. You don't ask me to simplify the complicated mind. You let me fold up all the laundry I've been hiding behind. You see the frantic scribbles, the places I got lost, and you look at me like that imperfection is worth the cost. I don't even check the mirror when I hear you call my name. No need to dust the shadows off, no fear of playing your game. For you I had to fix the foundation every time, but here where the tempo drops I realize I'm fine. You found the rhythm in my missing beat. You are the place where broken sounds like complete, a zero resistance zone where the filter melts away. You love the static on the screen, the mistakes I made yesterday. Baby, this is my safe space, my unrehearsed hour where I can be loud or silent and never lose my power. Every other love I knew was conditional and slow. They wanted me to blossom but didn't let the weeds grow. But you let the rough edges catch the light and shine. You didn't ask for edited footage, you just pressed rewind and said, stay right there, exactly who you are meant to be. This isn't just acceptance, darling, this is sanctuary. You found the rhythm in my missing beat. You are the place where broken sounds like complete, a zero resistance zone where the filter melts away. You love the static on the screen, the mistakes I made yesterday. Baby, this is my safe space, my unrehearsed hour where I can be loud or silent and never lose my power. Just breathe in, breathe out, no pressure tonight. This is where I can finally let the heavy armor fall. My zero resistance zone, my safe space in the unrehearsed I spend my whole day measuring shadows, trying to fit the frame, polishing the exterior until the surface wears your name. The world demands a flawless marble statue, smooth and cold, but I'm more like weathered bronze, the story's etching into the fold. I learned to tuck the tremors back behind the neatest smile, tried to eddy up the stuff, tried to perfect my profile. It's an exhausting rotation, spinning plates until they crack. But when I cross your threshold, I feel the rigid tension slack. The gravity of expectation gently floats right to the floor. And the only question is, what was I hiding for? You are the mid-tempo rhythm where my beating heart can finally rest. You don't just tolerate the cracks, you highlight them the best. This is my perfectly alright. I've had lovers who saw my uneven edges and handed me a file, demanding symmetry before they linger for a while. They said true love meant mending what's broken, fixing every seam, but you saw the tapestry of chaos and called it a beautiful dream. You don't hand me a mirror to check if my imperfections are neatly disguised. You're handing me a magnifying glass, showing me where the treasure lies. My mismatched rhythm finds your beat, never lagging, never late. And when I cross your threshold, I hear the lock click soft and straight, not locking me in, but keeping the harsh critiques below. The only certainty I need is the moment that I step inside. You are the mid-tempo rhythm where my beating heart can finally rest. You don't just tolerate the cracks, you highlight them the best. Hey, this is my judging now. I can finally breathe out the almost and the should be's. There is no censorship now. In your unfiltered light, baby, I am perfectly alright. I spent years building defenses, structures made of pride and perfect stone, but you walked right perfectly alright. No editing required tonight. Just the safety of your arms, baby. In the glow of your light, the unfiltered light. Yeah. I walk the pavement like a tightrope walker, holding balance, masking the tremor in my stance. I'm a flawless conversation, a smooth talker, the kind of armor you put on for the public dance. I calculated every contour, every highlight, to ensure that the reflection matches the file. But by the time I reach your porch light, my curated smile is cracked for a little while. I used to check the frame before I stepped inside, pulling down the hemline, straightening out the light, expecting that familiar whisper you should hide. But when you look at me, there's nothing to deny. This is where the armor falls away like sand. You don't ask me to be polished, you just take my hand. It's the quiet sound of the pressure giving way. I surrender every effort I built up today. Here the air is deep and safe and slow. It's the policy of no pretense, you already know that I come with the static, the edges and the fray. And you still tell me softly, darling, you can stay. I got dust bunnies thriving in my memories attic, and thoughts that hit the ceiling like a faulty wire. I've spent years trying to make my soul cinematic, burning energy just to keep the image higher. But when I sprawl out on your worn velvet sofa and tell you the ugly truths I couldn't share before, you don't lean back and judge, you just move closer, as if the clutter is what you were waiting for. I used to dread the moment that the lights got low, afraid you'd find the fissures, the places that don't glow. But you just dim the lamps and whisper, let it go. And suddenly the shadows feel like home. This is where the armor falls away like sand. You don't ask me to be polished, you just take my hand. It's the quiet sound of the pressure giving way. I surrender every effort I build up today. Here the air is deep and safe and slow. It's the policy of no pretense, you already know that I come with the static, the edges and the fray. And you still tell me softly, darling, you can stay. You don't try to fix the wiring, you just hold the light. You don't rearrange the pieces to make them fit right. You just confirm that the crooked view is fine. The only place I'm truly wholly mine. I never knew acceptance could feel this soft and true, like sinking into cool water after running through. This is where the armor falls away like sand. You don't ask me to be polished, you just take my hand. It's the quiet sound of the pressure giving way. I surrender every effort I build up. sea of no pretense. You already know that I come with the static, the edges in the freight, and you still tell me softly, darling, you can stay. Oh, you can stay. You can stay right here, right here. No pretense, baby, no pretense allowed. Oh, just breathe, just breathe.
Soft focus just outside the frame, applying motional speckle to the parts that looked ashamed. I held my breath in every room, trying hard not to crease, kept my edges tightly tucked, praying for release. Cause the world taught me quickly that if you show the rough cut, they will treat you like something that deserves to be shut. A masterpiece must be flawless, no ripple in the glass. I spent years making sure that critical moment would pass. But you saw the effort, the type performance in my eyes. You didn't ask for polished marble, you asked for my disguise. You told me, honey, you don't need to dim the lights on your truth. When you found the fall line, you didn't ask for proof. This is where the armor falls and the weary spirit breathes. You love the velvet seams, the frayed ends, the broken reefs. This is 100-degree comfort, my sweet sanctuary. You don't try to fix me, you just let me be me. In this space you built for us, the flaws don't steal the shine. You say the cracks are just where the greatest light can climb. I brought my history in boxes tied up with brittle twine. Assumed you catalog the moments where I stepped outside the line. Thought you'd scrutinize the failures, the moments I felt small. But you handled every memory, refusing to let it fall. You traced the slight tremor in my hand when I confessed my fear. And instead of judgment, you whispered, welcome home, my dear. You see the shadow that I tried so hard to pull away, and call it death, call it dimension, call it a brand new day. I don't have to edit my heart rate when I walk across the floor, cause you already know exactly what I'm fighting for. And you told me, honey, you don't need to dim the lights on your truth. When you found the fall line, you asked for nothing but proof. This is where the armor falls and the weary spirit breathes. You love the velvet seams, the frayed ends, the broken reefs. This is 100-degree comfort, my sweet sanctuary. You don't try to fix me, you just let me be me. In this space you built for us, the flaws don't steal the shine. You say the cracks are just where the greatest light can climb. I spent years polishing the surface for the world to see, but all that shine was brittle, and it wasn't really me. You made vulnerability feel like my strongest trait, a heavy key turning, opening the final gate. You don't just tolerate my baggage, you unpack it with care, and tell me every heavy piece is something we can share. Oh, baby, oh, baby, you love the velvet seams, the frayed ends, the broken reefs. This is 100-degree comfort, my sweet sanctuary. You don't try to fix me, you just let me be me. In the space you built for us, the flaws don't steal the shine.
where the greatest light can climb, where the light can climb. Yeah, yeah. My 100-degree comfort, I can finally settle down in these velvet seams. You just let me be my safe space.
Yeah, yeah. I spend the whole day pressing creases out of the light, smoothing down the edges just to fit the frame right. It's a 7-step routine before the mirror lets me go. Tired of the effort just to keep the flawless show. They say perfection is achievable, but they don't see the kind of tire that heavy silence brings on me. The constant need to polish every word before it flies, hiding all the questions reflected in my eyes. But when I finally pull up to your door and the streetlights dim, feel the tension melt away, starting from the brim. I don't have to check the lighting, I don't need the filter strong. I know that I already belong. You see the fractured lines and call them constellations. You never asked me to explain my slow hesitations. This is the archive, the safe space, the low light, where my frayed edges finally feel alright. I am the grain of the film when I'm with you, baby, and you love the texture, the real me, the maybe. No need to be fixed, no need to be edited down. You keep the one place where I can let the mask fall down. Oh, I came to you with holes in the fabric I wore thin, showed you the receipts for all the battles I didn't win. There's a vulnerability in mismatched socks and sleepy eyes, the truths I usually cover up with polished, easy lies. I confess the doubts that stick like sand inside my throat, the self-correction notes I scribbled on my mental code. But you don't recall from the messy, heavy things I bring. You just let the truth hang there and watch it softly swing. And the moment your hand finds mine in the dark of this room, I know I found the shelter that dispels the lonely gloom. I can hear the quiet whisper telling me I'm understood. You see the flawed blueprint and say, this is good. You see the fractured lines and call them constellations. You never asked me to explain my slow hesitations. This is the archive, the safe space, the low light, where my frayed edges finally feel alright. I am the grain of the film when I'm with you, baby, and you love the texture, the real me, the maybe. No need to be fixed, no need to be edited down. You keep the one place where I can let the mask fall down. Hey, I used to be my own harshest critic. I held the magnifying glass, searching for the weakness that wouldn't ever pass. But you broke the lens, darling, you shifted the focus. You showed me that authenticity is what the whole world covets. And now I find acceptance not just in your embrace, but in the freedom that you grant me in this sacred space. The quiet understanding that I don't have to climb or prove, just exist right here, moving in this effortless groove. keep the low light on. Just the grain of the film on the wall. Don't worry about the dust on the window, no. Just let me stay here, let me stay here. Safe space, safe space, yeah. You love the texture of the real me. Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 hey, hey. I walk the pavement with a calibrated smile, a 90-degree posture that lasts a little while. The world outside demands a high-gloss finish, darling. So I tuck the frayed edges, hide the parts that are starting to splinter, to show the strain, the silent wear and tear. It's a costume change that I'm forced to wear. And every day I carry the heavy armor plate just to stand my ground and keep the wolves from the gate. But the moment the key turns and I slip through the door, I feel the tension dropping down to the floor. You don't ask for the highlight reel, the polished narration. You just hand me quiet grace and soft affirmation. This is my coastic sanctuary, low lit and slow tempo. The one place where the volume of my anxiety stays low. You let the defense mechanism fall, let the structure bend. You accept the final version and the way the story ends. And you love the unedited footage, the scars across my chest, a comfortable silence where I finally can rest. This is the shelter built for all my blemishes and fears, a safe space where the broken pieces disappear. I came to you with a history etched deep in my spine, a long list of people who tried to redesign the architecture of my spirit. The walls built wrong, they needed fixing, patching up a whole new song. But you looked at the cracks, the slightly crooked slant, and called it character, something elegant. You saw the rough draft, the pencil marks erased, the frantic hurried choices that I never quite faced. So when I pull the stage makeup off and the veneer starts to break, and I let you witness every single mistake, you don't flinch or move your focus to the clean, perfect side. You just pull me closer, say there's nothing left to hide. This is my caustic sanctuary, low lit and slow tempo. The one place where the volume of my anxiety stays low. You let the defense mechanism fall, let the structure bend. You accept the final version and the way the story ends. And you love the unedited footage, the scars across my chest, a comfortable silence where I finally can rest. This is the shelter built for all my blemishes and fears, a safe space where the broken pieces disappear. I don't have to translate the language of my pain or justify the fact that I'm flawed like the pouring rain. You don't require reconstruction, no required renovation. You just witness the soul in its current configuration. Oh, you don't just tolerate the weak spots, you invite them to
This is my acoustic sanctuary, low lit and slow tempo. The one place where the volume of my anxiety stays low. You let the defense mechanism fall, let the structure bend. You accept the final version and the way the story ends. And you love the unedited footage, the scars across my chest, a comfortable silence where I finally can rest. This is the shelter built for all my blemishes and fears, a safe space where the broken pieces disappear, where the broken pieces disappear. Yeah, you love the unedited, the slow tempo. Just breathe, just be here. No more requirements, darling. We can just exist right here in this perfect safe space. Oh, safe space. I gotta tell you something. The world outside demands a full script, but the minute I cross your threshold, I finally feel the silence slip. Fortress of poise, a high-gloss finish, careful to mask the background noise. Every sentence measured, every insecurity tucked away. Performing confidence just to make it through the day. Tired of being the highlight, real version of myself. A polished photograph I keep stored on the top shelf. It's heavy, baby. This summer I've been wearing, but I know that soon I'll be back to where you're carrying. Cause when the keys hit the bowl and the door finally shuts, I can drop the act, shatter the glass, I expose the subtle cuts. I don't have to edit the parts that I despise, I just sink into the comfort I see reflected in your eyes. You let me be the unedited draft, the pages full of ink blots and mistakes in the mat. No final polish, no need for the lights, just the quiet shelter from the cold, lonely nights. This is my zero gravity space where I can finally breathe, show you my real face. You're the anchor that keeps me grounded and free, the only place I'm allowed to just simply be. I can admit to you the bad habits I still feed, the lingering fears, the silent desperate leads. I can pull back the curtains on the shadows I house, the ugly truth about the things I whisper to my spouse. Most people look for closure, they look for clean lines, but you trace the cracks, treating them like ancient design. You never rush the process, you just hold the line steady and remind me that I don't have to always be ready. I didn't know how tight I was holding my breath until you told me it was okay to choke on all the mess. And when I step into your light, I see my shadows don't run, they just settle down beside me like the day is done. You let me be the unedited draft, the pages full of ink blots and mistakes in the mat. No
The true acceptance of the soul is the work of your hand. I used to think my flaws were weaknesses I had to mend, but in your presence they are reasons to begin again. You show me that broken pieces still catch the sun.
The mirror keeps score of the hours I spent polished, wiping off the heavy light the world demands I hold. I left a careful composure draped over the chair back. Every single knot I tied to keep my spine from folding. I'm tired of holding my breath, waiting for the first critique of the rough seams and the tired lines mapping out my week. You see the residue of all the battles I fought just to get here. And you don't reach for a brush, you just tell me to come near. I don't have to stage the entrance, don't have to cue the smile. I can leave the filter on the shelf just for a little while. You are the zero gravity zone, where I stop calculating my worth. The only latitude on earth where the flaws look like gray snows. In these unvarnished hours, you just accept the humidity of my soul. Baby, this is the safe space where I come home. And all the frayed edges, the places the city couldn't sand down or smooth away. I waited for the hesitation, the quiet moment you lean in and say, I think we need to mend this. Where should we begin? Instead, you just trace the hairline fracture I usually hide with a laugh. You didn't try to fix the history, you just held the narrative close. You let me show you the parts of me I usually keep tucked away, and whisper that's what makes the story beautiful, babe, every shade. I'm dropping the pretense, walking away from the stage, turning the lock on the performative gilded cage. You are the zero gravity zone, where I stop calculating my worth. The only latitude on earth where the flaws look like gray snows. In these unvarnished hours, you just accept humidity of my soul. Baby, this is the safe space where I come home, home. No need for the armor plate, no perfect alibi. Here I can finally stand under my own imperfect sky. I thought love was a contract with hidden clauses, a rental agreement, something I could lose if I didn't hold the shine. But you handed me the deed and the key to the basement where I keep the doubts locked up and told me it's all mine. That's not just tolerance, baby, that's sacred ground you're offering. The freedom to be undone and still feel worth loving. Just let me breathe in this room you built for me. No judgment in the echo, only gentle light. My safe space, yeah. Finally home, finally seen, unvarnished and perfectly me. I carry a blueprint for the face I have to show. The perfect pitch, the posture set just so. They want the high gloss picture, the finished work of art. Never the rough sketches hidden in my heart. When the world outside demands the finish line, you just ask to see the broken timeline. I peel away the satin, drop the heavy silk, and show you all the places where the concrete built. It's way into the cracks that were supposed to seal. But you say those shadows are the parts that make it real. And every time I brace myself for judgment, you lean in. You touch the frayed edges where the armor used to begin. This weight I thought I had to carry all alone is suddenly the quiet comfort of a temporary home. You're my safe harbor where the ship runs aground. You don't just tolerate the static, you love the sound. This is the only mirror where the light doesn't bend. You see the beautiful mistakes that I couldn't mend. My sanctuary skin, my net, did it fine when I'm the broken melody? You adjust the dial. You see the good in the goodbye, the grain in the film. You love the rough draft of me, standing perfectly still. I come here stained with failure from the week that's just gone by. My plans dissolved to vapor, hung like mist up in the sky. I don't have to apologize for moments I missed the mark, or explain why I sometimes fumble in the dark. You never ask me to hold the pose or iron out the crease. You just pull me closer, whispering, find your peace. Like a handwritten letter, creased and worn with time. You trace the lines of worry, saying every single one is mine. And they don't diminish me, they just make me more complete. A soulful, complicated rhythm that you know how to meet. Yeah. And every time I brace myself for judgment, you lean in. You touch the frayed edges where the armor used to begin. This weight I thought I had to carry temporary home. You're my safe harbor where the ship builds your bomb. You don't just tolerate the static, you love the sound. This is the only mirror where the light doesn't bend. You see the beautiful mistakes that I couldn't mend. My sanctuary skin, my inactivated fire. When I'm the broken melody, you adjust the dial. You see the good in the goodbye, the grain in the film. You love the rough draft of me, standing perfectly still. They taught me that perfection was the cost of being seen, but you showed me authenticity is what beauty truly means. You changed the definition of a flaw inside my head. Now every scar is history, every tear is something shed that leads me right back here to the promise in your eyes, where the pressure of performance quietly died. The grain in the film, baby, the beautiful mistakes that I couldn't mend. Oh, you love the rough draft of me, my sanctuary skin, the quiet in the frame, standing perfectly still, perfectly still, still.
Strong to hold the camera steady, every angle practiced, every smile ready, trying to filter out the static in my head, living in HD but sleeping in dread. I'm a carefully constructed silhouette, baby, built to handle the screwed in need of maybe. I know the choreography of keeping it tight, hiding the fractures beneath the soft stage light. It's an exhaustion that no caffeine can mend, waiting for the moment that the long day ends. But the instant I hear that deadbolt click shut, the heavy armor that I wore just turns to dust, and the volume on the world outside goes down. You don't just tolerate the dark spots on my soul, you highlight all the places I can't control. This is where the ceiling fan can see my tears. You neutralize the noise, dismiss the hidden fears. Yeah, you love the rough draft, the undated version of me, before the polish and before the final decree. Don't ask for perfection, just the truth I couldn't find. You are my low-light confession, where I leave the best parts behind. I'm a chronic overthinker, I leave the plans undone. Got a tendency to panic before the race is run. The silence in my mind is never truly clean. Sometimes I'm just a faded gray instead of vibrant green. I showed you the scars that the daylight would ignore, the messy history etched behind the closed front door. You didn't flinch, you didn't blink, you just pulled me near. Said that's the texture, darling, that's why ask for high gloss perfection, the diamond already cut, but you cherish the pressure, the what ifs and the buzz. It takes more strength to surrender than to fight. Letting go of the ideal in this soft amber light. It's sanctuary, yeah, this is the only space where the mask melts off and reveals the true pace of a heart still learning how to be, still learning how to fly. And you just look at me and say I wouldn't change a single
Spend my whole day living in high definition, a careful pose for every single scene, checking the lighting, perfecting the position, making sure the edges are impeccably clean. I master the art of the perfect composure, the silk lining draped across the broken pieces, a heavy kind of armor that I put closure on every little doubt that slowly increases. But the key turns in the lock and the script is discarded. I feel the tension melt right off my shoulders. There's a small soft window where the night has started, and I know I don't have to keep the perfect folders. I just stand outside the door, taking a deep breath before I let you see the real thing. This is where the static clears, the frequency is known. This is the unedited hour where my true self is shown. You're the only set of eyes that doesn't try to smooth the seams. You love the cracked foundation of my deepest restless dreams, and I don't have to filter the mistakes I try to hide. You take the acoustic version, nowhere left to run or slide. My safe space, my sacred ground, the only place I'm whole when I'm broken down. I can pull back the cuff and show you the old scar tissue, the ones from battles that I fought alone for years. And I can tell you all the petty childish issues, the things that keep me sweating, drowning in my fears. I don't have to translate the shame I carry, the fear of being too much or not enough for you. I just lay the heavy in perfect inventory and watch you smile, saying, baby, I see you. The pressure's lifting now, the script is fully gone. I shed the polished skin that I wore through the day. I'm letting down the guard that made me feel so strong. Because protection's worthless when you choose to stay. This is where the static clears, the frequency is known. This is the unedited hour where my true self is shown. You're the only set of eyes that doesn't try to smooth the seams. You love the cracked foundation of my deepest restless dreams. And I don't have to filter the mistakes I try to hide. You take the acoustic version, nowhere left to run or slide. My safe space, my sacred ground, the only place I'm whole when I'm broken down. I used to think that acceptance was conditional, a careful trade-off based on what I could provide. But your love is something fundamental, nutritional. It doesn't ask me to be beautiful inside. It asks me just to be, just to exist right here. And somehow every shadow finds a way to disappear. You didn't fix the picture, you just cleaned the frame. And suddenly the imperfection glows the same. Oh, you love the cracks in the glass, every chip and every smudge that I pass. Every smudge. It's the acoustic version, baby, slow and true. And I'm so accepted here with you. The unedited hour. Yeah. I'm sinking into the silence now. Finally home somehow. Budging my breath, ration my life, polishing the angles before I stepped inside. Kept my history locked down behind a bolted closet door. Didn't want you searching through the shelves for all the things I couldn't afford. I wore my confidence like a heavyweight coat, a thick facade hiding every single nervous note. Afraid that if you saw the stitches loose beneath the sheen, you'd rewind the moment, decide I wasn't worth the scene. With young, you never rushed the reveal. You just pulled up a chair and waited for the feeling to heal. Said, stop trying to smooth out the edges, darling. I like the silhouette the storm is carving. This is where the armor falls off, babe. No need to modulate the sound. This space is calibrated just for the things that still spin around. You look at the cracks and call them character. You don't try to polish the stone. This is my unfiltered canvas, and here I am, finally known. I came to you weighted down by heavy expectation, a list of apologies from every past conversation. I brought the pieces I swore were too sharp for your hand. Expected you to shake your head, refused to understand. But you
took those fragments, those jagged, difficult parts, and you placed them gently right next to your own beating heart. You don't require me to be the glossy, finished version. You're focused on the beauty of the ongoing excursion. Yeah, you never rush the reveal. You just held the space, steady for the moment I could finally kneel. Say, stop trying to smooth out the edges, darling. I like the silhouette the storm is carving. This is where the armor falls off, babe. No need to modulate the sound. This space is calibrated just for the things that still spin around. You look at the cracks and call them character. You don't try to polish the stone. This is my unfiltered canvas, and here I am, finally known. Yeah, every other mirror showed me what I had to hide, but your reflection tells me I don't have to try. Nobody else could ever touch this frequency. They wanted perfect rhythm, flawless symmetry, but you designed a soft place for my broken things to rest. And now I realize my quiet truth is the one you love the best. This is where the no need to modulate the sound. Just let me hear you. The space is calibrated just for the things that still spin around. You look at the cracks and call them character. You don't try to polish the stuff. This is my unfiltered canvas, and here I am, finally known. Yeah, finally known. I can breathe here, baby. No disguise, no disguise. Just the honest sunrise, my safe space. You are my safe space. Fade out.
Step onto the threshold of your space and feel the heavy armor start to slip. Outside I'm porcelain and high gloss lace, a perfect quote that's practiced on the lip. I spend my hours smoothing out the seams, worrying the chip paint of my dreams, hoping no one clocks the nervous twitch, the constant pull to hit the light switch. But the moment your eyes meet mine, I know the performance budget just hit zero. I don't have to check the mirror twice or calibrate the tone to sound precise. The atmosphere here settles like the dust, and everything I built on fear and rust just melts away, slow and deliberate. This is where the rough draft gets to breathe, where the tapestry of flaws starts to weave, the place I let the foundation show its cracks, where I can finally relax my tired back. You don't don't just tolerate the mess I make. You understand the shape of every ache. This is shelter in the scars, baby. You don't fix the broken parts. You just love me just as I am. I leave the weight of judgment by the door, the silent critic screaming for a score. I sink into the sofa sighing deep, the kind of tired only freedom keeps. I can bring you stories steeped in shame and hear you whisper say my honest name. You see the fingerprint I tried to hide, the crooked line where I had slipped and cried. You call the failure stepping stones of gold, a chapter in the story yet untold. I don't have to check the mirror twice or calibrate the tone to sound precise. The atmosphere here settles like the dust, and everything I built on fear and rust just melts away, slow and deliberate. This is where the rough draft gets to breathe, where the tapestry of flaws starts to weave, the place I let the foundation show its cracks, where I can finally relax my tired back. You don't just tolerate the mess I make, you understand the shape of every ache. This is shelter in the scars, baby. You don't fix the broken parts, you just love me. Every other landscape pushes back, tells me I'm too faded off the track, but in your presence, gravity reverses. The need to be impeccable disperses. You show me that the worn and softened edges are better than the sharp defensive ledges. You taught my anxious heart how to be still, a lesson I was too afraid to feel. This is where the rough draft gets to breathe, and it breathes. Flaws starts to weave, so I let the foundation show its cracks, where I can finally relax my tired back. Finally relax. Don't just tolerate the mess I make. You understand the shape of every ache. This is shelter in the scars, baby. You don't fix the broken parts, you just love me just as I am, just as I am, yeah, just as I am. I'm safe here, safe space of landing. No need to pretend, this is where it ends. The hiding, the hurry, just as I am. Fade. I spend all day in a high gloss finish, polishing the angles that I think you need to see. But when the clock hand turns and the city goes quiet, I feel the seam showing the version that's just me. I got a small inventory of things I try to hide. The messy thoughts, the moments where I almost broke inside. I keep the house lights low, never trust the morning sun, 'cause the truth needs shadows where the hiding can be done. But you're just walking like you read the fine print. You pull the curtains back on every single dent, and instead of wincing or trying to correct it, you just lean in close and tell me why you respect it. This is the blue hour, where I can turn the volume down on all my self-doubt. You give me permission to let the rough edges out. Unconditional gravity, that's what this room is. You don't try to fix the chip in the porcelain. You just love the history. You just let me swim in the blue hour, my safe space. I came programmed to believe that love was payment for being perfect, for the flawless arrangement. Had a lifetime of people who wanted me on mute, until I sounded like the perfect manufactured lute. But with you, I can skip the script, I can't forget the lines. I can put my heavy armor down and leave the mask behind. You see the complicated math, you see the missing steps, and you tell me that's the fingerprint, the reason why you kept coming back. So now I just walk in, I don't even check the mirror. The reflection doesn't matter, the understanding's clearer. You don't need correction, you never need a change. You just trace the outline of everything that's strange. Permission to let the rough edges out. Unconditional gravity, that's what this room is. You don't try to fix the chip in the porcelain. You just love the history. You just let me swim in the blue hour, my safe space. It's not just tolerance, baby, that's too passive. It's an affirmation, strong and massive. You are standing in the rubble and you're calling it home. You're the quiet frequency where I don't feel alone. You don't require me to be the melody. You let me be the rhythm that just sets the whole heart free. Turn the volume down on all my self-doubt. You give me permission to let the rough edges out. Unconditional gravity, that's what this room is. You don't try to fix the chip in the porcelain. You just love the history. You just let me swim in the blue hour, my safe space. Yeah, my safe space, where the light hits different. Oh, the blue hour, where I don't have to be perfect, I just have to be me. I just have to be me. And you say that's enough, always enough. The blue hour fade out.
my whole day polishing the glass, trying hard to make the image last. A perfect curvature, a flawless line, convincing everybody that I'm fine. But the pressure of that weight is heavy on my chest, holding up the fortress just to pass the test. I'm tired of the spotlight when it finds the frame. I'm done with acting like I know the way. But the moment that I cross this threshold floor, I feel my tired shoulder drop the armor I wore. This is the only place where the facade can fall, and you still answer every single one of my calls. You don't ask me to edit the hard parts out. You love the blueprint, not just the finished route. You see the crack in the pavement, you let the light seep in. You call the mess I am the best place to begin. You are the quiet corner, the velvet room, where my unfinished edges don't feel like doom. My sanctuary, where the truth can be exposed. You accept the masterpiece even while it's composed. I bring you every brittle, broken thing, the chip paint and the useless feathered wing, the mistakes that I keep circling back around, the secret fears that never make a sound. I thought I had to hide the history in my heart, pretend that I was perfect right from the start. But you just stand right here in the dimly lit hall and see the beauty in the effort of a fall. And here when the latch clicks on the heavy door, I don't feel like I have to fight anymore. This is the clarity, the bright state of grace, where I don't need to put a filter on my face. Call the mess I am the best place to begin. You are the quiet corner, the velvet room, where my unfinished edges don't feel like doom. My sanctuary, where the truth can be exposed. You accept the masterpiece even while it's composed. Every mirror I've held up has lied to me, said I needed symmetry and flawless gravity, but you turn the focus to the texture of the scar. Remind me that the process is exactly who we are. I don't need to build myself whole for you to see the value in the woman I am struggling to be. Oh, this isn't just refuge, baby, this is home. I finally feel rooted, I'm never alone. You don't ask me to edit the hard parts out. You love the blueprint, not just the finish. You see the crack in the pavement, you let the light seep in. You call the mess I am the best place to begin. You are the quiet corner, the velvet room, where my edges don't feel like do. My sanctuary, where the truth can be exposed. You accept the masterpiece even while it's combined. Just let the brush strokes be messy sometimes. Let the rhythm skip ahead a few rhymes. Safe space, yeah, that's what we found, where the truest versions of us abound. Blueprint and the brush strokes, baby, that's all you need from me.
I spend all morning smoothing down the edges of a life I promised is perfectly aligned. Got the polished veneer, the careful cadence to show the world a success I define. But that performance runs me ragged, baby. Every careful smile attacks on my soul. I keep the dimmer switch on low because I don't want anyone to see the toll. But I cross that threshold, feel the tension release. I don't need the choreography here. I drop the armor on the rug, it clangs heavy. And you are the only eye that doesn't fear the mess I am behind the closed curtain, the blueprint that was shattered and restored. You are the stillness where the cracks in the foundation are love. You see the rough draft, the messy ink on the page, and you approve. I can shed the satin, let the light find the broken pieces. You never asked me to be fixed or retrieved. This is my safe harbor where my imperfections are finally believed to be beautiful. Oh, I let you peel back the layers of dust and time, the anxious whispers I try to silence in my head. I'm an antique that's been handled roughly, with history carved into every thread. I stop calculating every word before I say it. I let the awkward silence breathe and swell. You don't try to solve the puzzle, darling. You just observe the way it fell. And it's a profound kind of mercy, this acceptance that doesn't chase the shadow of the stain. I'm standing barefoot on the truth you've offered, washing off the years of hiding from the rain. You see the tremor, the unsteady rhythm, and you just pull me closer to the shore. You are the stillness where the cracks in the foundation are love. You see the rough draft, the messy ink on the page, and you approve. I can shed the satin, let the light find the broken pieces. You never asked me to be fixed or retrieved. This is my safe harbor where my imperfections are finally believed to be beautiful. I spent so long trying to smooth out the grain, thinking acceptance was conditional, tied to my gain. But you showed me the truest masterpiece is vulnerability. Not the flawless stone, but the structure that decided to be free. Yeah, the weight of keeping up the perfect image, it's lifted now. I can exhale, I can finally bow to the truth of who I am when nobody's watching. Resting in the realness of me. No conditions, no need to be perfect. Just the stillness, just the air we breathe. the cracks of love fade out.
Came to you wearing my armor of denial, a practice smile lasting just a little while, tiptoeing through the conversation, careful not to slip, to hide the way my inner trembling makes my lips catch on the silence, afraid you notice the seams of all my unfinished architectural dreams. I lived under a high pass filter, bright and clean, desperate to match the person I had been. But the moment you pulled me close, I let the tension drop, like a tight knot unraveling right before the stop. You didn't try to fix the damage, didn't change the light, you just settled in and made the shadows feel alright. This is my sanctuary of rough edges, no need for the plaster, no tight wire pledges. You love the sound of my cracked harmony, yeah, you are the soft focus surrounding me. I can finally breathe the air I held inside. This is where my messy truth can finally hide, and be welcome, be seen, be completely understood. The safest space is built right where I stood. I showed you the history written on my palms, the list of failures, the unnecessary harms, the way I sometimes sabotage a blessing that I own, 'cause being happy feels too much like being alone. You learn the language of my frantic hesitation, the way I rush to self-deprecation. I spent years editing my heart into a draft, but you took the pen away and sent me left and said, baby, I want the texture of the real thing, not a Photoshop version of what you think love should bring. Now when the anxiety hits, I lean right into you, because I know that feeling broken doesn't mean we're through. You wrap your warmth around the cold spots in my soul, and watch the pieces gather back to make me whole. This is my sanctuary of rough edges, no need for the plaster, no tight wire pledges. You love the sound of my cracked harmony, yeah, you are the soft focus surrounding me. I can finally breathe the air I held inside. This is where my messy truth can finally hide, and be welcome, be seen, be completely understood. The safest space is built right where I stood. I stopped waiting for the correction, stop seeking out your harsh reflection. You didn't try to smooth the wrinkle from the linen, you just loved the story I was living in. And that kind of love, it runs deeper than the surface shine. It proves the worth of what I thought was only mine. The things I tried to bury, the things I tried to erase, they finally found their dignity, found their rightful place. Just the soft focus surrounding me in this harmony. You see the beauty in my cracked porcelain. I'm finally home, I'm finally home within your grace. Fade out.
I spend the better half of daylight hours just trying to smooth the edges I can't hide. I've got these weathered lines around my power, little self-inflicted things I keep inside. See, I'm a high-definition photograph, too many pixels, too much light to bear. I keep my shoulders sunken, hoping that the world won't notice the construction running there. But when the door closes and the key is turned, and it's just the echo of our breathing low, every rule I ever taught myself is unlearned. You make the pressure disappear like fresh snow. You found the beauty in the blueprint, the half-built vision standing incomplete. You don't look at the pain I ruin. You just say, darling, stand right here and rest your feet. This is the only mirror that won't lie to me. I don't have to edit my design. You don't just love the masterpiece, you love the making of me. And there are no gaps in the wallpaper of my mind. I came in carrying all the heavy bricks of all the ways I should have been defined, the clumsy slip-ups and the nervous tics, the off-key note I struck 1,000 times. I braced myself for that familiar side, the judgmental tilt of a disappointed head. But you just took the luggage, let it lie, and pulled me closer to the words you never said. You saw the wiring exposed beneath the frame, and instead of fixing it, you lit the room. You call my messy, unfinished state my name, and chase away the shadows and the gloom. You found the beauty in the blueprint, the half-built vision standing incomplete. You don't look at the pain I ruin. You just say, darling, stand right here and rest your feet. This is the only mirror that won't lie to me. I don't have to edit my design. You don't just love the masterpiece, you love the making of me. And there are no gaps in the wallpaper of my mind. I used to believe that love was a renovation job, the steady sanding down until I shone. But you showed me the heart that starts to throb the minute I admit I'm not yet whole, and that's alright to own. This isn't tolerance, baby, this is grace. You built a sanctuary on the cracked floorboards, and you hold space for every single imperfect trace. More protection than I ever could afford. You found the beauty in the blueprint, the half-built vision standing incomplete. You don't look at the pain I ruin. You just say, darling, stand right here and rest your feet. This is the only mirror that won't lie to me. I don't have to edit my design. Don't just love the masterpiece, my mind. No gaps, baby. Just the silence in your hand on my skin. This is where I begin, where I truly begin. The wallpaper of my mind, yeah. No gaps at all.
Sunrise caught me pulling the curtain tighter, still scrubbing traces of last night's tired fight. It takes a cruel precision to look this flawless, a perfect plaster cast hiding all the sickness. I've been running on low resolution, a high gloss photograph of my delusion, trying to hold the tension in my shoulders straight till the seams of this presentation finally separate. I learned to speak in whispers that wouldn't echo, so nobody knew the volume of my undertow. But you didn't ask for the polished marble floor, used all the bedrock underneath and asked for more. You didn't flinch when I let the map shatter, you just adjusted the lighting, said it doesn't matter. This is my static free zone, my private atmosphere where I don't pay the toll for shedding one more tear. You turn the gravity off, right above my head you take the jagged edges and tuck them into bed. I found the frequency where the truth feels safe to breathe, a zero judgment signal, only you and I receive. You said, show me the cracks in the mirror frame, love, that's where the real light shines from above. I came in bringing baggage worn and water stained, told you every secret I couldn't have explained, the impulsive scribble written in the margin, the hasty promise I tried so hard to bargain. I showed you scars that felt like ancient geography, my messy unresolved impingement geography. And instead of trying to smooth out all the lines, you ran your fingertips across my worn designs. You see the minor keys played within the melody and call it beautiful, perfectly heavy. I was so ready for the quiet disappointment, the subtle shifting of your body's alignment, but you just opened up your hands, palms wide and clear, said welcome home, there is nothing left to fear. Got the atmosphere where I don't lies, just the honest version of me in your eyes. Zero judgment frequency. I'm finally here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I spend 12 hours building a facade every single day, spackling smooth the worry lines, make sure nothing gives away. The trembling grip on the steering wheel, the silence I use as a shield. I'm a tightrope walker, darling, balancing a smile that can't be real. 'Cause the world outside uses magnifying glass on every chip. They want the highlight reel, the polished script on every lip. I practice the exit strategy, the casual wave goodbye, before they notice that the light behind my eyes is getting tired. But the minute I cross your threshold, something loosens in my chest. It's like shedding a uniform I wear that never lets me rest. I don't have to check the mirror, I don't have to hold the pose. You see the messy history that everybody else ignores. This is where the armor hits the floor. You love the cracks in the foundation, baby, maybe even more than the surface shine I try to keep, the perfect symmetry. You are the unedited, unfiltered, safe space for me. Yeah, yeah, you're my low glow, my quiet corner, my soft focus lens, the only place I can fall apart and then begin again. You don't try to fix the broken parts, you just hold them tenderly. You are the unedited, unfiltered, safe space for me. Yeah. I let the mascara run down slow, I leave the truth exposed. Show you the nervous tick I hide when the lights are overhead and cold. I let the guard drop to my knees, I let my voice catch and break. The vulnerability I feed you is the only risk I'm willing to take. 'Cause the judgment of strangers is like white noise, I can tune it out fast. But the fear of disappointing you is the shadow that always seemed to last, until you taught me that the beauty wasn't in the perfect frame, that was in the bravery of whispering my real, unguarded name. And the minute I cross your threshold, the breathing gets deep and slow. It's like finding the rhythm where I always belonged, where I needed to go. I don't have to check the mirror, I don't have to hold the pose. You see the messy history that everybody else ignores. This is where the armor hits the floor. You love the cracks in the foundation, baby, maybe even more than the surface shine I try to keep, the perfect symmetry. You are the unedited, unfiltered, safe space for me. Yeah, yeah, you're my low glow, my quiet corner, my soft focus lens. lens, the only place I can fall apart and then begin again. You don't try to fix the broken parts, you just hold them tenderly. You are the unedited, unfiltered, safe space for me. Yeah. Every other love I've known was a conditional lease. They wanted a tenant who guaranteed perpetual peace, but you gave me ownership of my entire difficult soul. Said every shadow on the wall just makes the story whole. You don't correct the melody, you just listen to the sound. You're the quietest shelter I have ever found. Oh, this is where the armor hits the floor. You love the cracks in the foundation, baby, maybe even more than the surface shine. I try to keep the perfect symmetry. You are the unedited, unfiltered, safe space for me. Yeah, you're my low glow, my quiet corner, my soft focus lens, the only place I can fall apart and then begin again. You don't try to fix the broken parts, you just hold them tenderly. You are the unedited, unfiltered, safe space for me. Unfiltered, you just hold me. Low glow, you just show me that I can strip the veneer right here and just breathe. Save space for me, baby. Just breathe. Yeah, the only safe space. Just breathe. A facade out of porcelain white, tried to keep the edges neat and tight. Spent so many years polishing the gloss, hoping no one noticed what was lost. When I looked in the mirror, all I saw was the faint outline of a certain flaw, a jagged line across my history, a silent testament to instability. So I walked around with my defenses high, waiting for the moment I would lie exposed underneath the judgmental sky. Oh, but the minute that I stumbled on your floor, I stopped trying to lock the basement door. The heavy cloak of pretense slipped away, leaving me unveiled in the middle of the day. I held my breath, bracing for the critique, waiting for the gentle, damning peek at the things I labeled mistakes and scars. But you called the cracks in the ceiling character, said the shadows weren't shame, they were just texture. You don't try to sit me down or paint me new. You see the history that I've been through. Oh, this is the space where I finally can breathe, where the truths I tried to bury you believe. This is my sanctuary built on grace. You see the beauty in the fraying at the edges. This is my safe space. Oh. came to you like a well-worn piece of leather, stretched thin by time, exposed to every weather. I brought my doubts, my baggage and my fears, the quiet accumulation of the years. And you didn't treat me like a project to fix. No temporary solvent or cheap tricks. You just placed me softly on a velvet cushion, told me that uneven seam is your distinction. I realized the freedom in being seen, not just for the version that I wish I'd been, but for the complex, vulnerable design. I used to hold my posture straight and tall, afraid the slightest movement meant I'd fall. But now I lean into the honest truth. The vulnerability feels like youth, and I don't have to monitor my speech or measure out the distance that I reach. You took the weight of performance off my soul, and you called the cracks in the ceiling character. Said the shadows weren't shame, they were just texture. You don't try to sand me down or paint me new. You see the history that I've been through. Oh, this is the space where I finally can breathe, where the truths I tried to bury you believe. This is my sanctuary built on grace. You see the beauty in the fraying at the edges. This is my safe space. Maybe acceptance isn't a destination sign. Maybe it's the quiet understanding that you're mine, to have and to hold, not just the highlights reel, but every single thing I've ever felt or feel. I spent a lifetime seeking shelter from the rain. You taught me how to dance within the stain. My peace isn't found in being flawless and cold. It's in the story that you cherish being told. And you call the cracks in the ceiling character. Said the shadows weren't shame, they were just texture. You don't try to set me down or paint me new. You see the history that I've been through. Oh, this is the space where I finally can breathe, where the truths I tried to bury you believe. This is my sanctuary built on grace. You see the beauty in the fraying at the edges. This is my safe space, my safe space. Yeah. You don't try to fix me, you just hold me close, where my imperfect edges are the ones you love the most. My safe space, where I finally can breathe, fraying at the edges. Yeah. And that is exactly where I'm meant to be, right here with you. I spent the first 8 hours trying to maintain a shit, polishing the story, the version of me they've seen, ironing out the creases in the words before they landed, making sure the structure of my presence wasn't slanted. It costs a certain stillness just to hold the armor tight, to walk the crowded spaces under fluorescent light, And every minute ticking was a battle to conceal the frayed edges of the truth that I was trying not to feel. But the key turns slow and the deadbolt slides aside. I feel the tension melting off the place where I used to hide. I can hear the rhythm of your quiet, steady breathing. And suddenly the mandate for pretending starts relieving. You are the calibration room where my rough edges bloom. You don't need a filter for my skin or for my soul. You take the fragments and you make the puzzle whole. You look past the damage, past the scars and the mistakes, and say that's the exact shape the honest heart takes. This is the softest landing I have ever known, the only place I'm brave enough to fail alone. I showed you the receipts for all the times I fell down hard, the messy unread chapters I ripped out of my own regard, the low hum of anxiety that settles in my chest. I warned you I'm a work in progress, far from fully blessed. But you didn't flinch or reach out for the tape and glue. You just said, darling, I accept the story that is you. No judgment in your eyes, just the comfort of your gaze, letting all the weight fall off me in a peaceful daze. I don't have to stage the lighting, don't have to edit out the shade. Every quiet compromise I ever tried to make it fades. Now that I know I can carry all my history through the door. Room, yeah, where my rough edges bloom. You don't need a filter for my skin or for my soul. You take the fragments and you make the puzzle whole. You look past the damage, past the scars and the mistakes, and say that's the exact shape the honest heart takes. This is the softest landing I have ever known, the only place I'm brave enough to fail alone. I used to think that acceptance meant settling for less, but you taught me that acceptance is simply blessed. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's the anchor, the highest form of trust, the truest soulful answer. You don't just tolerate my flaws, you see the necessary link. The chip paint is exactly what makes the true color sink. Just let me stay right here a little longer, where the true self grows stronger. I can finally drop the mask and breathe. Yeah, just breathe in this calibration room. Oh, it's everything to me, safe in your space. Keep my mistakes stored neatly in the shadow box, always projecting a high resolution file. I mastered the art of editing the truth I walk, holding my breath for miles and miles. Wore my confidence like a borrowed leather coat, hoping the weight would hide the shaking underneath. It takes so much energy just to stay afloat, trying to live up to the image of belief. When you saw the sweat beneath the spotlight glow, you didn't ask me to smooth the edges down when I confessed at all the places I can't go. You just handed me a comfortable gown. This is the latitude line where I can drop the heavy armor. You take my friction and turn it into grace. You are the lonely room, the only quiet harbor where the blemishes look like constellations on my face. This is my zero gravity acceptance, yeah, where the truth is finally welcoming. I don't have to win, I just have to be here. I showed you the ledger of every bad decision, all the times I missed the mark and fell behind. I waited for the pity or the cold precision of a judge who would dissect my weary mind. But you just held the pages, didn't even flinch, said everyone carries ghosts up in the attic. You love the melody even when the tempo skips a pinch, turning my instability into static. The world outside demands a perfect cut and sheen, tells you that vulnerability is a weakness. But when I look at you, I realize what that truly means. You find the beauty hidden in the meekness. This is the latitude line where I can drop the heavy armor. You take my friction and turn it into grace. You are the lonely room, the only quiet harbor where the blemishes look like constellations on my face. This is my zero gravity acceptance, yeah, where the truth is finally welcoming. I don't have to win, I just have to be here. I used to apologize for taking up space, baby, but now I stretch out, I finally inhale the quiet confirmation that you'll never leave me. Means the sanctuary will never fail. You love the stone before the sculptor starts to polish. You love the draft before it's perfectly aligned. Every single flaw I tried so hard to abolish is the very reason you said you define your love for me. This is the latitude line where I can drop the heavy armor. You take my friction and turn it into grace. You are the lonely room, the only quiet harbor where the blemishes look like constellations on my face. This is my zero gravity acceptance, yeah, where the truth is finally welcoming. I don't have to win, I just have to be here. Zero gravity, yeah, just have to be here. My safe space in the static, in the quiet. No more fighting the way I am, where the just breathe. Oh, I just breathe. I walk the sidewalk in press silence, every thread measured. They see the glow, the high gloss finish I've always treasured. Spent years constructing this facade of flawless steel, hoping if I built it sturdy no one would ever feel the fragile truth underneath, the quiet frantic hum of a nervous heart waiting for the judgment to come. I had myself convinced that the cost of entry here was to mask every single trace of doubt or fear. But the key turns different when I reach your door. I shed the armor on the marble floor. It's like the soundproofing finally works tonight. Stepping out of the spotlight and into your low light. This is the velvet room where the dust can settle slow, where the cracks in the pavement are just silver lines that show. You don't try to polish the parts that bruise, you just let me breathe in this design. This is the softest corner I've ever known, where I am more than just potential, I am finally home. Yeah, you see the unfinished edges and you say it's essential. This is my sacred space, beautifully residential. You see the dark circles, the concealer mist, the shaky hand that grips my coffee cup. I was convinced this tired engine needed to be fixed, but in your arms the pressure lightens up. You ask about the shadow, the one I keep locked away. You look right past the curated show I display. And when I stutter out the failures, the things I regret most, you just pull me closer like I'm a returning ghost. This silence we share holds more truth than the spoken word. Every anxious whisper is finally being heard. It's like the soundproofing finally works tonight. Stepping out of the harsh glare and into your low light. This is the velvet room where the dust can settle slow, where the cracks in the pavement are just silver lines that show. You don't try to polish the parts that bruise, you just let me breathe in this design. This is the softest corner I've ever known, where I am more than just potential, I am finally home. Yeah, you see the unfinished edges and you say it's essential. This is my sacred space, beautifully residential. They kept telling me I was a blueprint that needed to be revised. You love the structure but criticize the height. You saw me as clay ready to be baked, not a vessel already blessed by the kiln's light. But you never told me to rearrange the light fixtures. You just rearranged my thinking, rewrote my internal scriptures. You love the melody, even when I miss the note. The only audience I need is standing here, wrapped in your coat. No edits, baby. No edits. Just rest now.
breathing. Spent all day painting the edges gold, hiding the wear and tear, the stories untold. The spotlight's harsh, demands a flawless sheen, acting the part of the woman I should have been. I carry the weight of what they might see, 1,000 tiny judges staring back at me. And the air outside is cold and thin, too terrified to let anybody in. But the second I hear your key turn in the lock, all the frantic ticking of the clock just stops. The armor drops heavy to the floor, and I don't have to perform anymore. This is the where my cracks are the architecture. You love the residue, you love the gloom, be an edited picture. You don't ask me to polish the stone, you just say, darling, come home. Yeah, this is where the silence feels like grace. My safe space, my safe space. Oh, oh. I brought the baggage, years of self-doubt piled high. I expected scrutiny in your knowing eye. I told you the history that still makes me blush, the times I stumbled, the moments I tried to rush, the parts of my nature that feel too loud to fray, the promises I made and couldn't hold, I was afraid. But you just traced the fault lines on my skin, said that's exactly how the light gets in. And suddenly the pressure lifts away, like the setting sun on a heavy day. The disguise unravels piece by slow piece. Only here do I find release. This is the weightless room where my cracks are the architecture. You love the accept the melody even when it drifts off key. This is the weightless room where my cracks are the architecture. You love the gloom, baby, the united picture. You don't ask me to polish the stone,
Oh, my safe space, just the sound of your breath next to mine. Everything else fades away. I don't need a finish line in this weightless room.
Close the curtains on the high-definition glare. Spent 3 hours smoothing out the tangled hair. They look for the cracks in the porcelain mask I wear. Every public morning is a heavy weight to bear. I walk the line, I measure every syllable, trying to keep my truth invisible. But when the velvet rope is finally pulled back, I come running home to shed the almanac. And suddenly the clock stops ticking, the heavy weight on my shoulders starts slipping. I leave the armor and the accolades outside. There's nothing left to run from, nothing left to hide. 'Cause you're the only unfiltered light I know, where the blemishes I kept deep down don't show. You don't try to fix the damage, you just frame it. You take my jagged edges and proclaim them mine. The only safe space for this beating heart, right here is where the perfect version dies. I brought the history baggage, those dusty files, the mistakes I made that ran for miles. I pointed out the shadows etched beneath my skin, places where the self-doubt settled in. And instead of wincing, you just leaned in close, studied every failure, every broken vow I hold, told me that the texture of my life is more beautiful than the fiction of a flawless wife. And suddenly the air is easy to inhale, the need to perform finally starts to fail. I'm sinking into the truth of who I am. Forget the spotlight, forget the grand slam, 'cause you're the only unfiltered light I know, where the blemishes I kept deep down don't show. You don't try to fix the damage, you just frame it. You take my jagged edges and proclaim them on. The only safe space for this beating heart, right here is where the perfect version died. Never knew that true surrender felt this strong. I tried to be platinum for far too long, but your love is like velvet, it catches the dust and turns my flaws into something I can finally trust. I'm letting go the need to be seamless, I'm confessing my beautiful reckless weakness. Where the blemishes I kept deep down, they don't show. You just frame it, jagged edges and proclaim them on. The only safe space for this beating heart. perfect version die. Just stay right here. Don't you move, baby. Keep that light steady. Unfiltered. And only for me. Where the perfect version dies. Yeah. And I finally live the unfiltered life. Been 12 hours holding my breath today, tracing every step, careful what I say, walking that tightrope of expectation, playing the perfect controlled summation. The glass ceiling veneer, it starts to shimmer, felt the spotlight fading, growing dimmer. 'Cause out in the world the currency is flawlessness. I had to mute the static, deny the mess, but the performance weighs heavy on my spine, leaving fragments of my true self behind. There's just one place I can touch down, where the applause doesn't make a sound. One threshold where the armor drops to the floor, and I don't have to pretend anymore. The key turns in the lock, I start to breathe. A sweet, simple relief I finally receive. This is the zero filter room, where the signal doesn't have to be clear. You take the rough cut, baby, my word, mine, and you kiss the places I thought were defined by fear. And this sanctuary, there's no need to polish the truth. You cherish the splinter, not just the smooth. You love the unedited version of me. Zero pressure, just pure honesty. I came in here talking about all my mistakes, the poor decisions that kept me awake. Showed you the chip paint on my foundation, the shaky blueprint of my ambition. I waited for the critique, the sharp correction, for the disappointment in your warm reflection. But you looked straight through the fear I was wearing, and started gently, quietly repairing. You see the beauty hidden in the design, a perfect imperfection, always mine. And suddenly the facade means nothing now. I can finally break the vow that demanded I achieve complete praise to earn my right to stand in this parade. When the key turns in the lock, I start to breathe. A sweet, simple relief I finally receive. This is the zero filter room, where the signal doesn't have to be clear. You take the rough cut, baby, my word, mine, and you kiss the places I thought I were defined by fear. In this sanctuary, there's no need to polish the truth. You cherish the splinter, not just the smooth. You love the unedited version of me. Zero pressure, just pure honesty. I used to keep the blinds drawn, keep the secrets hidden low, afraid that if you saw the shadows you would go. But you showed me that vulnerability is strength on the soul, the most beautiful kind of complete control. We built this haven on trust and silence. judge when's the one thing that can't be found. Yeah, you show me that my flaws are lyrical, a quiet, soulful, domestic miracle. This is the zero filter room, where the signal doesn't have to be clear. You take the rough cut, baby, my worried mind, and you kiss the places I thought were defined by fear. In this sanctuary, there's no need to polish the truth. You cherish the splinter, not just the smooth. You love the unedited version of me. Zero pressure, just pure honesty. Zero pressure on my time. Zero filter on your eyes. Just the real me, just the real you, and the space where we always make it through. The unedited version, yeah. Zero filter. I used to iron the creases out of every truth I spoke. Kept my light dim low so no one saw the smoke. I treated my reflection like a strict, silent judge, afraid of the spaces where the polish starts to budge. I perfected the delivery of my calculated smile. Spent hours choosing clothes that disguise my fragile style. Walking through the world carrying my own fragile case, hoping that my shadow wouldn't fall out of place. But when I step into your atmosphere, the armor starts to yield. Every defense mechanism I built suddenly repealed. The air pressure shifts and I can finally breathe it deep. All the secrets I was burdened with, you're the one who lets me keep. You see the blueprint where the walls came down. You don't try to fix the chip in my crown. This is the zero gravity room, baby, babe, where the weight of should be flows away. Every jagged edge I try to hide, you greet it with the sunlight unfiltered wide. There's no hiding in this frequency, just silent visibility, and I've never felt this beautiful to me. I showed you the map of where I've fallen short, the battles that I lost, historical death that came at such a high cost. I expected critique, maybe a gentle no inside. Instead you just traced the fault line sitting in my eye. You called my nervous habits rhythm, my hesitation grace. Said the broken parts are simply texture giving soul to the space. You asked for perfection, you just asked for the real, and that's a sweeter kind of comfort than I ever thought I'd feel. Oh, when I step into your atmosphere, the heavy lifting stops. The fear of being measured, it just vanishes and drops. The light hits different here, it softens all the edges, and suddenly my flaws aren't fences, they're just ledges. See the blueprint where the walls came down. You don't try to fix the chip in my crown. This is the zero gravity room, baby, babe, where the weight of should be floats away. Every jagged edge I try to hide, you greet it with your sunlight unfiltered wide. There's no hiding in this frequency,
acceptance unto death. And I didn't know how much I missed that honest life until I saw myself reflected purely in your sight. Just let me stay